Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live. Who needs Raw?
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it Raw. Oh, baby, I like it Raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Also available wherever fine podcasts are available, including the iTunes. We also got a Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson, which enabled us to put these lovely yellow windscreens on our microphones.
Correct.
Not new microphones, just new windscreens on them. They're actually old. I bought them a long time ago, but I got tired of that giant windscreen just in my face, taking up all of my face. They need to see this, Larson.
Are you sure about that?
They need to see more of me. I debuted my nipples on Fun Wrestling last night.
Yeah.
It was very exciting, very
For who?
erotic. For me, I like looking at myself in the nude. You don't ever do that? You never look in the mirror?
Well, I look in the mirror.
Oh, this is getting weird real quick.
I
Tell me more.
I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth, standing in front of the sink, not kneeling like a
Nude?
standing. Not nude, clothed.
No? Clothed?
Yeah.
You're one of them never nudes.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Anyways.
I take a shower.
So we have a Patreon. Name one Patreon tier.
$20.
That's correct. What does $20 get
You
you?
threw me off with that line of questioning.
What's that?
I said the whole line of questioning threw me off.
I feel like I'm on an airplane about to take off thanks to your laptop over
I'm
here.
exporting Fun Wrestling as we record this podcast.
My nipple made his debut on Instagram. Now it's going to be on. You guys can follow us on the Instagram
You know what's funny is it used to be like
at Steven Larson.
for skits and stuff. I'd be like, hey, let's take our shirts off.
Yeah.
Because I used to be the guy who used to always
You
take
went
my
full
shirt
nude
off.
once. There's a 10 for the win intro where you're fully nude. Yeah, balls, dick, everything. Yeah.
But anyways, I was the guy who always took his shirt off, and you never did. You always seemed like you were apprehensive about it.
more prudish of the one.
And today, you were gung-ho about taking your shirt off.
I like going balls out, so to speak, on our wrestling program because I think we've got the best wrestling promotion in the world.
Yeah, Fun Wrestling.
Fuck Wrestling, which is comprised of the two co-brands, Fun Wrestling and W Steve W, which you guys can check out at youtube.com/Steven Larson. You know, also at youtube.com/MF Steve here, where my new career mode with NW Anderson is blowing up, is making waves. The ratings are huge. They're huge right now. My ratings are golden right now, Larson.
People showering you with attention.
People are showering me with it. Oh, I was on board with Morrow and his Donald Trump joke today, man, on SmackDown. It was great. Anyways, we should probably talk about Smack. And a Pro Wrestling Tees. Fun Wrestling. Not that one. That's for the Patreons.
Yeah.
Get Fun
$50
Wrestling.
tier right here.
W Steve W merchandise, Fuck Wrestling merchandise, and the original Going In Raw logo shirt merchandise. All at ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw. You guys can check that out.
Yes.
Let's talk about SmackDown, though. It was a decent show again.
Yeah.
It was a fun show.
Story advancement.
Stories are advancing.
Things are happening.
Who won this week between SmackDown and Raw? I think SmackDown won
yeah,
again.
SmackDown wins.
I think it did.
They win a vast majority of the time because they put forth shows
Steve and his Raw
with better
bias.
stories.
I'm going to do my YouTube comments voice.
You know, the whole time during our Raw recap today, you were more or less talking trash about Raw.
Nobody can claim I have a Raw bias. They can't. I simply think that the roster and length of Raw and the fact that The Undertaker shows up on Raw after a month removed of saying, from being on SmackDown, saying, my legacy is SmackDown.
But he also
guy.
said that no one controls him, so he can just go where he wants. If you want to show up on Superstars, that's his prerogative.
Wait, did he? Oh, he might show up on WCW. Did he say no one controls me on that episode of SmackDown?
No, he said it on Raw
Right,
last
it was just
night.
on Raw, exactly. So he shows up on Raw, and he says
That was him
nobody
explaining
controls me.
why he's there.
Yeah. Anyways, no, like Raw has the big moments and the big players. SmackDown has a superior wrestling show. That's just that's there's no bias there. I literally am saying SmackDown has a superior show.
Yeah.
It's just Raw is still the must-see show.
We said for a long time, Raw is the show you're kind of obligated to watch.
Yeah.
Or SmackDown is the show you want to watch.
I kind of feel like I do kind of feel like the tables. I don't know if they're turning or not, but SmackDown is definitely must see these days.
Yeah.
Kicked off with Ambrose Asylum.
Yeah.
The Miz was the guest on.
Well,
the
he
Ambrose
wasn't. I don't think he was
Asylum.
supposed to be the guest, but he made himself the guest.
My lovely neighbor came by and needed some help with his car as soon as SmackDown started, and I felt bad. Like he's a super great neighbor to have. Like he helps me with my sprinklers because I don't know shit about I think he's an electrical engineer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he knows all about how to do proper man shit.
Yeah.
I don't know dick about that. I
You
know
don't.
internet. I know internet, wrestling, toys, comics, everything you don't need to know. The apocalypse came, I'd be fucked.
Yes,
I'd be
you would.
motherfucked.
As would I.
Yeah, it'd be terrible. But anyway, he's done a lot for me. And I've never had a way to really repay him. What am I going to do? Like cut his home videos? I'm not going to do that. That'd be weird. If he asked me to, I probably would because he's a good guy. Comes over, he said, and I've got an SUV. He said, I need my car is busted. I need you to tow me to the shop across from Walmart over down the street. I was like, all right. Finally, I can make it up to him somehow.
Yeah.
Finally, I can make it up to him. So I spent
Yes.
the first 20 minutes of SmackDown towing his car down the street. So I missed this, but I did catch up with it on Twitter, and you watched it.
Yes, I was sitting right here watching it.
How was the Ambrose Asylum with The Miz?
It was a typical Ambrose Asylum segment. Ambrose was talking about bringing in a live alligator to the ring since they're
that'd
in
be cool.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the proper permits.
That'd make SmackDown must see, in my opinion. That
Yeah.
live animal
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. And so he had one of those novelty, I don't know how they preserved the actual head of the alligator, but it was, the head of an alligator. Maybe it was just a mold. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he had it sitting on his stool.
Let me ask you something.
What?
If I die, like tomorrow, and in my will I gave permission for my head to be shrunken and preserved, would you continue going in Raw with my shrunken head?
That'd be kind of morbid, don't you think?
It'd be must-see.
Well, for an episode or two, but then they realize it's just me, feeling awkward next to your shrunken head. That sounds like the opposite of must-see.
I give you permission to do that, though.
All right.
And I don't want anybody to accuse him of being exploitative just because you're using a dead person's head to boost ratings.
Well, like I said, it would probably just be like a brief blip.
You think so?
A brief bounce.
I think people would be into that. If you really,
I think a lot of people would be pretty turned off by that.
If you really upped your charisma level, if you really,
do you think I'd do that?
Leveled up your charismatic attributes.
Or are you trying to say I'm not charismatic as is?
Well, I think we both understand that I'm the one who sort of drives the show in terms of charisma, in terms of pure charisma. You drive the show in terms of intelligence and your memory. You have a good memory.
Sometimes.
Things that happened in the show. You watch wrestling, so you bring that to the table. I'm joking. You got plenty of charisma. You got that great beard on you, buddy. So anyways, what happened next? Dean had a dead person's head.
No, alligator.
Alligator that he named Maurice.
And then Dean said, he named the alligator head Maurice.
Yeah.
And then Dean said he's going to be in the Rumble.
Oh, did he? Now he's
as
going to be
the
in the Rumble, too.
IC champion, yes.
Okay.
Miz comes
That's
down.
dumb.
They might still have a match.
Oh,
that happened last year.
nipples.
When,
Yeah, people can have matches.
Ambrose and Owens had a Intercontinental title match.
Yeah,
Both
they can
were
do
in
that.
Was it Ambrose and Owens? I think so. Miz comes out. They talk a little bit. And then right before they were leaving, Miz was like, okay, don't make me take legal action. Just give me the belt back. Something about outside interference.
That's weird.
So you're essentially saying that Ambrose's win was compromised by outside interference.
Yeah.
And Dean is about to kind of hand over the belt and just tosses it over his shoulder, not Roman Reigns style, respectfully.
Yes.
And he says, "Oh, I have something for you, Miz." And he, underneath Maurice, not the Miz's wife, the alligator head, he pulls out a bag, and in that bag is the participation award Miz gave Dean a few weeks back.
That's right, but now it's the Miz. Now it's his participation award.
Yeah, and so Miz, feeling disrespected, he and Ambrose get a little tussle.
Yeah.
The Miz has Ambrose. Maurice goes to slap him. Dean ducks. Maurice slaps the Miz.
Yeah.
Dean gets out of the ring. Maurice is mad. Throws the participation award on the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
A hot start.
Hot start.
To SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's a good feud.
Yeah, I'm into it, man. I'm into it.
Do you think that's Ambrose's career path? Upper mid-carder?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. God, I don't know. When he won the world title, I was into him as champion at first.
You popped.
I popped. And then his world title reign happened. I think he needs a do-over, man. I think he needs a do-over. It's going to happen one day. He'll get a do-over. I don't think that's the ceiling, though. I think his ceiling is world champion. I do. I think that people really popped when he was put in a good position. He's too good on the mic. He's too good on the mic to be an upper mid-carder. He comes off like the dude with the most swag in the land. He really does.
Yeah.
And I think the lunatic fringe thing is silly. So they need to stop playing that up. They need to stop we're constantly referring as him to the lunatic fringe. And he can put on a good match. Wait, has he were any of the matches he had with AJ? I'm tired right now.
The TLC one was great.
The TLC one, that's right. He can put on a really good match if he's got really good opponents.
Yeah,
and there's enough really good talent at the top. I'll put it this way. And we've seen Dean versus Bray a lot before.
Yeah.
But given enough distance between the last time we saw them, which has been a little while, and let's say a year from now, if Bray gets the world title, I could see Dean versus Bray as being a hot feud for the world title.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy to see that. And I think they could both do some really interesting stuff because they both seem like guys who want to do interesting things.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think his ceiling is upper mid-carder. I just think that he's sort of languishing there now because his world title run is still relatively fresh in our minds, and it was very lackluster. Mm-hmm. It was a bummer. I think, you know what the bummer was? The bummer was he became world champion right before the brand split.
Yes.
And the brand split absolutely killed his world title run.
Yeah.
I think that's the
case. Well,
case.
it had a part in it, yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of, because they just didn't know really what to do with him at the jump.
Yeah. It took SmackDown maybe 2 weeks to a month to really find his voice.
Yeah. Yeah, like a month, I'd say.
And then the first feud he was in
was Dolph Ziggler. Everybody knew that was going. They put on a lackluster match at SummerSlam. Evidently, Dolph was not the guy for him to feud with and put on a good match. If they had a killer match at SummerSlam, I think that would have turned things around.
A little bit, yeah.
But it was lackluster. Nobody wanted to talk about that.
Yeah,
it was bunk.
It would have been interesting to see if his first feud right out of the gate was with AJ.
I like that he. Yeah, I know. I like that he is the Intercontinental Champion for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that makes it look really, really good. It's like Roman having the U.S. title. Nobody thinks that that's really, really a demotion for Roman. I mean, we all kind of thought it was. But he just made the belt really, really strong. Mm-hmm. And now look, Y2J, the most over guy on Raw, basically has the U.S. title. It's huge. And then him and Kevin Owens, who's about to be the former Universal Champion, are going to be feuding for that U.S. title, making it even bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
They made those mid-card belts main event level belts.
They really elevated.
It's like co-main events almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you have Baron Corbin up there in the main event scene.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, then we had Natalya jumping Nikki backstage.
Correct.
Because they had a match to put on.
Yeah.
That was smart on her part.
Yeah.
That needs to be the next thing for the 2K series. Jumping somebody backstage.
That'd be great.
Right?
Yeah.
Do that one. Anyways, they had a match. I didn't see most of it. What was the match like?
They fought a lot on the outside, went in the ring for a little bit, fought more on the outside. The ref called the match. So I don't even know if it actually started, honestly. I was trying to finish fun wrestling while watching it.
It sounds, yeah.
And then at one point, Natalya puts Nikki Bella in the sharpshooter outside the ring on the floor.
That's cool.
For a protracted period of time.
John Cena was in the building. Why didn't he go help her? Got to fight your own battles, Nikki?
Probably.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Is afterwards, after the show, after he beat Baron Corbin, do you think he lectured Nikki? See, that's how you become a champion, Nikki.
Maybe he was just planning tomorrow night's formal dinner.
And Nikki's like, I was literally the longest reigning women's champion there is.
Divas champion.
Divas champion, but same thing. Anyways, then we had a Dolph interview.
Yeah, so he just stands there, and then interview bot replays, or has the production truck replay what happened last week.
I would have preferred it to have been interview bot. Like she just opens her mouth and then the audio
projects a hologram out.
Yeah, exactly.
And And then she asks Dolph essentially to explain himself.
Yeah.
He just looks kind of frustrated and walks off.
Oh, no.
No explanation from Dolph.
You know what they're doing with Dolph, man.
It's called a heel turn.
No, man.
Crisis of confidence.
The low-level WWE writer. What did you just look around for?
Looked like a light went out or something.
Oh, really?
Don't know which one.
That's weird. It smells like somebody's grandma's house because of that damn rice-a-roni the kids made. Shouldn't have let them do that. But you got to say yes sometimes. Can't always be the jerk if you're a dad. Anyways, they made rice-a-roni. Now my fucking house smells like somebody's grandma's house. I don't want to be at grandma's house, man. Anyways,
Crisis of confidence.
Kalisto versus Ziggler. Kalisto won.
Yeah.
And Dolph Ziggler, I think it officially kicked off. I know last week it sort of felt like it kicked off a heel turn. This week it kicked off more of a crisis of confidence.
Well, no, it also it amplified the heel turn because there was that moment after he lost where he was shocked.
Yes.
He was upset.
Yes.
He didn't know how he lost.
No.
And then, I guess to ease his pained mind, he went out and got a chair and started beating the hell out of Kalisto with that chair.
Did at any time the screen flash red and then you see blood?
No blood.
No?
No blood.
What a rip.
And so Dolph apparently gets his fill of beating Kalisto up with the chair.
Yeah.
Walks up the ramp. And then Apollo Crews' music hits.
Oh, yeah. So they're giving him something to do. Good for him. That's cool.
So they start fighting a little bit, end up back in the ring. Dolph gets the upper hand, gets the chair again, hits Apollo Crews with the chair a couple times.
Good job. Don't take shit from anybody, Dolph. That's the lesson to be learned there. Don't take shit from Kalisto. Don't take shit from Apollo Crews. Use the chair. The chair is your friend. That's what I've learned in WCW. Don't like anybody. Use the chair or sledgehammer always.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, good for Dolph Ziggler. Something new to do. Good, very good for Apollo Crews.
Yes.
He seems very happy to be doing something.
Yeah.
Very happy for him.
Yes.
He needs to find some sort of character, though.
Yes.
Because he is imminently boring. Let's see here. Then we had American Alpha in a promo talking about boring. These guys are terrific in the ring. They're really, really good in the ring.
And they're trying.
They are trying. Look, man, my thing about American Alpha is this. I have all the confidence in the world that they are still going to be big stars.
Yes.
I want to fast forward to 5 years from now when they're separate and they're both big stars.
Yeah.
I don't know what Gable's going to do, but I suspect it includes growing a beard, looking really cool, delivering really cool promos, and being a stud in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Jordan, I think he's not going to grow a beard. He's going to look like $1 million. Whenever he drops his promos, he's going to wear really cool suits.
Yeah.
And he's going to be rad as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be great. Right now, they're over.
Mm-hmm.
People like them.
Mm-hmm.
They're good in the ring.
Very much.
They come off as giant nerds when they're on the mic. They come off as just big old nerds.
But that wasn't the case in NXT per se. So we know the potential's there for them to
Gable
do more.
Gable in NXT had kind of like this almost snarky thing going.
Yeah.
You know, like he was. What's the word? You remember? Okay, here's the thing. We're not that old. Remember Leave It to Beaver? What was the troublemaker's name? Who was always really nice to the parents?
Oh man!
God damn it,
the
man!
Neighbor next door.
Yes. What was his name?
I don't know if I've seen an entire episode of Leave It to Beaver in my entire life.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm talking about. Leave It to Beaver.
Neighbor. Put neighbor in. It'll come right away.
Hold on. It's going to be... Oh, I love that Leave It to Beaver. The first thing that comes up is leaveittobeaver.org. Here we go. I'll go to the IMDb. Yeah. Oh, shit. I didn't want to do that. That was the 1997 movie. TV series. 57 to 63. Oh, man. It was Eddie something.
It's like Eddie Driscoll or something like that?
Eddie Haskell.
Haskell.
Ken Osmond played Eddie. Oh, look at Eddie Haskell. Bring that guy back. Anyways, Gable's kind of an Eddie Haskell kind of guy who was kind of like, he was kind of a wise guy, but then he'd act like he's like a good, decent fella.
Yeah.
He's kind of a wise guy. That was Gable.
Yeah.
And Jordan didn't want to have anything to do with him. There was a real dynamic there.
Yeah.
And it's gone. I mean, I've said this a million times. I don't have to reiterate. It's gone nowhere. I need their relationship to go somewhere else and not just boy, oh boy, are we happy to be here, and boy, oh boy, are we good. Mm-hmm. I need it to go somewhere else for me to give a shit about them.
I know, I agree.
And with Jordan, I'm sorry, but Jordan has kind of, he's got, I don't want to say bad posture.
You said this several times, that he doesn't look as tall as what he is.
He doesn't carry himself
That's what
tall.
I meant to say. He doesn't carry himself tall.
He doesn't carry himself tall, and it's weird because like when he does the thing where he shows off his boobies and then he roars, he sort of bends at the hip a little bit, and then he bends his knees a little bit, and it's like, no, you need to stand up tall.
Yeah,
stand tall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Show everybody how big you are. And when you're face to face with a bear, you're supposed to stand tall and show them how tall you are. If you start bending at the knees, like doing a squat,
they think
the bear's gonna rip your head off.
Yeah, but if you stand tall and make a lot of noise, they may run away.
They may run away. Would you do that? Let me ask you something. When confronted with a bear, do you think you'd have the balls? Would you have it in you?
It'd be a flight or fright response.
I would love to think.
I don't know what it would be. I've never been in that situation.
I would love to think that if I was there with my wife and my child, I would say run, and I would do that.
Yeah, I would like to think that as well.
I think that's my instinct. If it's just me, I would probably just try to run, and I'd get fucking murdered.
Yeah, you would.
By that bear. If it was just you, do you think you'd have it within? How well do you know yourself? Would you stand up to the bear and make big noises? That seems like an awfully big gamble.
It does.
But if it works, you're genius.
I mean, I understand your point. If doing that to give your family time to escape,
but you understand that that's simply sacrificing yourself. You think that you're sacrificing yourself.
Yes.
The bear's going to be occupied with you, not your family.
Exactly.
But if it's just you versus the bear, and you want to make it out alive, what do? Do you run, or do you go?
Yeah.
What do you do, man?
I guess I will do the.
I don't think I would. I think I'd probably run. I'd love to think that I would do that. I think that I'd be like, no, I'm not going to fuck with that. Because at least if I run, I might be able to outmaneuver it.
I don't think so.
Oh, man. I'm not even on the right notes over here. Anyways, let's see here. Then we had, so that was American Alpha's
And then
promo.
we had John Cena getting interviewed.
Yeah, he was really pushing that thugonomics.
Well, it was like a promo or an interview of two halves. The first half was very much rigid, disciplined corporate Cena.
Right.
And then about halfway through, he segued to Doctor of Thugonomics.
Yeah. Some water splashed back
I
in
noticed
my
that.
eye. You see that?
Yeah.
I look like an idiot. You think I'm going to chase a bear off and I'm sitting here, I can't even drink a cup of water properly?
I don't think you are.
I don't think so.
I think
either.
you're doomed.
I think I am. Maybe the bear will take pity on me. Oh, I can't even drink water.
Take the shirt off your back. Give him your fun wrestling shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Expose your chest.
Expose my chest. Go like that with my breasts flowing freely.
Exactly.
Oh, let's see here. Then we had a Wyatt promo. Always amazing, especially with Randy Orton back there. God, I love the fucking Wyatts.
Let the Wyatt family be a thing for a year.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
I love it.
They're pushing this dissension angle too quickly.
They're fast-tracking that fucking WrestleMania match.
It's a bummer, man.
What do you think the Wyatts are going to do with the Rumble? Do you think they're going to be in the Rumble?
Yeah.
You think that might cause some more dissension?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like what? We'll get to it later. The whole finish of the Wyatt match bug. Oh, this match
is next. The Wyatt.
Right.
So we had the Wyatts versus American Alpha.
They give this match a ton of time.
Oh yeah,
like 20 minutes.
Yeah. And American Alpha was putting up a really, really good show.
It was, both teams were. It was a really good back and forth match.
But the two primaries for the Wyatts were Bray and Randy, so it wasn't weird, Luke in there. At one point, I just want to mention this really quick before we get into the meat of it. Orton did his DDT against the ropes. That can actually set up what we're going to talk about, because when he maneuvered Gable into the ropes to put his feet up on the ropes, it kicked Harper off the ring apron, and that's what raised Harper's ire.
Yeah.
Then Orton gave Gable sold this like $1 million.
Yeah, he's really good at selling.
He gave a DDT that looked like a freaking spike.
Yeah.
Because he went over. I always love when they do the DDT and they go over like that.
So, anyways, shortly after that, Luke Harper
demonstrate with these guys.
Luke Harper jumps up on
like
the ring apron.
Like that.
On the ring apron.
Mm-hmm.
like while Randy's trying to drop an RKO.
I'm assuming the motivation there is to speak to Randy and let him know that he was sad that he
Does Luke Harper not understand that they're in the middle of a match and that is not a time to air grievances?
I don't like that booking because it didn't make any sense.
0 sense.
It's like Harper just needs to be like, oh, okay, he's about to hit the most devastating move in wrestling, the
also,
RKO.
it's not as if Randy went out of his way to club him with his opponent's foot.
There's no intention there.
No, he was trying to win the match for the Wyatt family.
Why was Harper on the ring apron anyway?
I don't know. Why has Harper been on the ring apron the last 2 times they've lost?
He's like the Alicia Fox of the Wyatt family. He needs to just not be at the ringside because he doesn't help anybody.
He's not helping anything.
Anyways.
Like he comes out, he can carry the belts for him.
Yeah.
Give them to the timekeeper.
Yeah.
And then go have a seat.
Yeah, if you want to do something, soften up the opponent before the match.
There you go.
Soften them up. And then just go sit down next to Morrow, and then you're good.
But anyways, Randy got distracted.
Yeah.
Because Luke Harper got up on the ring apron for some dumb reason.
Yeah.
And then Gable got the roll-up victory on Randy Orton.
Correct.
American Alpha retained the tag team titles.
Yes, correct. And then Harper gets in there. Orton and him start jibber-jabbering at each other.
Yeah, they have beef.
And then Bray gets in the middle of them. Bray is
Separates
amazing. Bray's so great.
He pushes Randy to one side of the ring near the ropes, tries talking to him. Randy is seething.
Mm-hmm.
Pushes Bray aside to try to get at Luke Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Bray intercepts, keep him separated. Goes back and forth talking to him.
And then Harper goes to try to kick Randy and accidentally hits Bray instead.
Yeah.
And so Bray keeps his cool. He's mightily pissed. But, things are not good in the Wyatt family. They go back and they probably have words before they go to their Golden Corral dinner. Where do you think we went to dinner? Golden Corral?
Or Hometown Buffet.
Hometown Buffet. Which one? I'd say Golden Corral.
I was going to say Hometown.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Fascinating. I wonder if they got there. Let's see. It was pretty late.
Well, I don't think Randy joined them. Randy's very particular about what he eats.
How late do you think they... Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who? Randy?
Yeah. He's very particular about his nutrition.
You don't think they have stuff at the Golden Corral has all sorts of stuff. You don't think they have something that he can eat?
I'm sure they do, but I'm sure he might just be particular.
Man, they gotta roll together though. They're a family.
Well, they're not really a family.
They gotta be on the same page.
Are
we family? We're family.
Randy has his own bus,
No, I know. Do you think the Wyatts hop in the bus with him?
Probably not.
Probably not. What was that conversation like? Hey, brother Randy, we don't really want to rent another small car. Can we join you in your bus? You be Randy. Go.
That's all he says.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Is that a yes or no? If you don't say anything, I'll assume it's a yes. That wasn't a word, brother Randy. Yeah, Randy's like, you guys don't shower much.
I hear voices in my head telling me no.
I need my personal space. So anyways, then we had Becky Lynch backstage with Daniel Bryan. And they're watching a TV show called SmackDown Live from last week.
Last week, yeah. Daniel Bryan had a DVR apparently.
Becky Lynch was outlining to him because apparently David Bryan didn't see this.
Yeah.
And she was showing him that La Luchadora,
the one that tapped out, was Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Therefore, Becky Lynch deserves another title shot.
And they're both sort of waxing over who might be La Luchadora the Segundo.
Yes.
Or Primero. Which one was first?
It was first.
Primero. And Daniel Bryan said, could it be Eva Marie? And then
Becky Lynch said, no.
Yeah, but then she said something I couldn't understand.
Anyways,
I don't understand half what
Alexa
Becky Lynch
Bliss
says.
comes in.
She's so adorable, though. She has a badass MMA boyfriend, though.
Who?
I don't know. She puts it on her Instagram, though.
Oh.
He's a cool-looking dude. He's much cooler looking than I am. And but it was weird. Becky Lynch had like super red hair.
Yeah.
She was doing the...
Yeah, when the segment started, her back was to the camera, and I thought it was Eva Marie.
I didn't, but I thought it was very strange that she had very red hair.
Is the hue off on your TV?
No. Maybe. No, I haven't changed it. No, because you know why? Because when they were looking at the TV, you could see her orange hair.
Oh, I was too distracted by the bright red hair.
Her orange hair looked orange on the TV,
right,
but her hair looked red. I don't know what her deal is. All red, every Becky Lynch.
Anyways, Alexa Bliss comes in.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
says that she was trying to ascertain the identity of La Luchadora.
Yeah.
And to do that, she tried to get close, and therefore explains her apparent collusion.
Yeah.
With La Luchadora.
She went undercover. Maybe
Yes.
that'll be explained in a Boom Studios comic.
There you go.
WWE Part 2 when Alexa Bliss went undercover into the Lucha Underground.
There you go.
I didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah,
that
could be.
great.
There could be some licensing issues
That was
there.
great. So, anyways, that setup, Daniel Bryan said next week, Steel Cage, Becky Lynch versus.
She was very excited about that.
Who, Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
Oh, super duper excited. She's so adorable. Again, real badass boyfriend dude. So I'm not trying to make moves. Also, I'm married. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm horribly out of shape. I don't think she'd like what I got down here.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm joking. I'm sure she's a great person.
Next, we had Carmela coming down the ring with James Ellsworth.
It's the SmackDown show. We've been working all day. This
I know,
is what you get on the SmackDown show.
We're exhausted.
Yeah, just stupid shit. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came into this, but at some point, Noam Dar dropped a promo.
It was after this.
It was after the one I'm going to talk about it now.
Okay.
Dropped a promo for 205 Live. And he had on his little time. He had on his Time Itself-esque jacket.
It looks like a Mass Effect font on it as well.
Right. So it was about like this. Okay, it was about here. And he says, "My name is Noam Dar." And something, he recaps in a really silly fashion. On Raw, Alicia Fix thought she was going to surprise me with a kiss or something like that. And he said, "But this week I'm going to take on her boyfriend." And then he goes like this. And I thought he was going to drop down and be like, "She's going to lick my nipples."
Yeah, I know.
And that didn't happen. He instead went further up with it.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
He did
Zipping it
this.
up. Yeah, he zips it
and
up.
And did his little promo for 205 Live. But I was really hoping that his nipples were going to come out.
Yeah, you were super excited.
I was
about
disappointed.
Some nipples.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Can't do much.
I just think that's the best way to further their feud. Is to have
Nipples.
Alicia Fox, little tongue on nipple action. Oh, well, he squeezed them.
That's pretty risque.
Squeezing them too?
Yes.
I swear to God, man, you look at Eric Young's nipples in NXT. I know it's on the network. It's not cable broadcast standards. But, man, those things are hard.
Well, hold on. There's a question that you might be interested in later on.
Oh, makes me happy.
Hold those thoughts. So we had Carmella coming out to the ring with James Ellsworth.
This is great, man.
CJ Lund.
Now, I went to our Twitter friendos at Real Going in Raw, and I asked them to find out who CJ Lund was on Twitter, and it turns out that her name is, because she's an indie wrestler, her name is Kitty Thunders. I tweeted at her. She just said, "Thank you, everyone." So she did not respond. But I said that she is the new Going in Raw official wrestler for now, anyways.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was great. She looks like Mae Young got into a time machine with the Vaudevillains, perhaps their time machine, and came to the here and now.
Yes.
And wrestled Carmella. Because she looks like an old-timey wrestler.
Yes.
And even on her Twitter bio, it says wrestling since 1946.
Oh,
so I thought that was really, really cool.
That's pretty funny.
Because usually when they bring in enhancement talent, they're fairly generic. I mean, every once in a while somebody will stand out, but by and large, when they bring in enhancement talent, they're fairly generic. And I thought she had such a unique thing going for her. Kind of had an awkward match with Carmella, but it was all good fun. Carmella ended up getting the win.
Yeah, James Ellsworth got involved a little bit.
Yeah, he was there with her, and then backstage, he was ready to take things to the next level because she was like, "James, I have something for you." And of course, you know what I'm thinking immediately. She's going to start licking his nipples. And but no, he puckers up. He goes like this.
Well, he says, "I've been waiting 32 years for this." Then
James.
puckers up.
Poor James. Number one, he's only 32. Wow. Thought he was 52. And then she said, "Hold on there, buddy boy. You're gross." She said, "No, next week I'm going to take you clothes shopping."
Yeah.
So
what was his line about almost graduating high school?
The
first time he graduated high school?
I haven't bought a suit. I haven't bought a suit since that time I was supposed to graduate high school. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know. I don't like Ellsworth being in the main event. I'm totally cool with him dicking around with Carmella. I think it's
who
pretty
knows
funny.
where it goes.
I know. I don't know where it's gonna go. I'm fine with that. I think it's great. And Carmela's eating it up. It's great.
Yeah.
So yesterday was the 11th anniversary of the live Lita Edge sex show.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get some live nipple licks next week on SmackDown Live while they're shopping for clothing.
Okay.
Then we had a Baron Corbin interview.
Yeah.
Where AJ Styles interrupted and said something along the lines of "You suck" and I don't. Right? Something like that.
Yeah, more or less. It was AJ came out and said that he was going to be ringside doing commentary for the main event, which was Baron Corbin against John Cena.
Baron Cena Corbin. It was great too. It was when AJ Styles he made an entrance and Mauro Ranallo made a sly golden showers joke talking about AJ Styles because of the whole Trump liking pee-pee stuff. I was very impressed with that. I tweeted at Mauro from my personal account because I'm not blocked from there, and I said, "Well played, Mauro." Oh no, I can see through you, block party. Twitter troglodyte, you've been blocked now. Oh, many accounts, all blocked.
Many accounts, huh?
Yeah, many accounts. Many accounts, very not fair. Blocking you now.
No surprise, Cena wins.
Oh yeah, no surprise at all whatsoever. I mean, it was a match. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a burial.
No.
Corbin looked good.
Yeah.
Corbin, he didn't look terrible.
No.
Baron Corbin, look, we praise Baron. He's coming along. He's vastly improved. He's not putting on 6-star matches anytime soon.
No.
But everything is a process. He's one of the best heels in the W. I mean, at this point, I always forget about him when we talk about best pure heels, but it's him and Charlotte.
What about The Miz? The Miz is up there.
I think Baron's further up there, to be honest with you. I do. I think that he's a breath of fresh air for heels in general. And The Miz, in terms of who is fuller as a full heel, Baron is fuller. Because Baron never tries anything that will try to entertain anybody ever. He plays his character straight. All right, I see
your point.
The Miz will do things that try to entertain.
But generally, when he does that, he will also do something to subvert the entertainment factor.
He turns it on people, but he's cognizant. He's aware. I think I'll put it this. Well, I don't know. I wonder. Okay, so we interviewed Miz at SummerSlam at the press thing.
Yeah,
and he was fantastic. He's a total pro. And Charlotte was at a character. She was like totally freaking awesome. She was cool. Everybody was super cool. I wonder what Baron would do.
Well, let's go back to what Scott Hall said.
Yeah, they realize you're an asshole. They're trying to make you a baby, but they realize you're an asshole, so they gotta make you a heel. Oh God, I love Scott Hall. Why don't we get a Scott Hall, like a Breaking Ground show that's exclusively Scott Hall's class, whatever he teaches at the Performance Center, if he ever did that? That'd be great.
I wonder if they'll do a season in that show with HBK.
Sami Zayn, what's going on? Scott Hall.
You no-sold my idea completely.
What was your idea?
Breaking Ground, but with HBK.
I know, but then every episode he brings in Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
That'd be great. God, I love those guys.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That was SmackDown. Good show.
That was SmackDown. It was a good show. It was a packed show. I didn't have to watch the first 20 minutes because I was helping my neighbor, so I did good.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing. I was totally cool not watching that first 25 minutes, and I did good. Very happy with myself for that. Now I feel really, because they also, every Christmas they get us like really good Christmas baskets, and I'm like, man, like this year finally we reciprocated, and in fact we were gonna jump the gun, but we're so lazy and freaking like out of like, you know, we just forget things that we ended up being too late on it. They delivered first, so we feel like Johnny come latelys.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I did something for them. I did no hesitation. No, well, I'm working. You're watching wrestling, idiot. You know. And anyways, so I did good. I'm very happy with myself.
You did well. Good job.
Did well. I did good.
You did well.
Let's answer some questions.
Okay. First, Jason the Cabbie.
Yes.
Out of the combined rosters, who looks like they'd make the best meatloaf?
A lot of meatloaf talk today in the live stream. On the Patreon, you guys can engage in good meatloaf talk during our live stream for $5 a month. Every single week you can do that. I'm going to say this. AJ Styles seems to be very much a family guy.
I'm going to say Natalya.
Oh, she seems like somebody who knows a really good meatloaf, but I also think that might be her character. I'm going to say in realsies, AJ Styles.
Okay.
He does this. Can you get a too sweet? AJ Styles too sweet? Like he shakes his hand like this. He does. It's great. You got a too sweet from him.
No evidence.
Spotfest Steve Marr, first-time patron.
Thank you.
You want to know who our top 5 sleepers for the Royal Rumble match are. So let's say this. Okay, we've got right now we're thinking it's Undertaker, Braun.
Yeah.
Those are they're sharing about, I'd say, 70% of the options.
Yeah. Well, no, it can't be that because that's more than 100%.
No, they're sharing 70. So
okay,
I'm saying 35 each, 35% each.
I'm very tired.
That's okay. If it's not those two, he's saying Samoa Joe, Baron Corbin, Big E. That is like the sleeperest of sleepers, my friend. Samoa Joe, it's very doubtful. Yeah. But I would put him way further above Big E. And which is weird because Samoa Joe's not even on the main roster right now.
Yeah.
But I would still put him up there.
Yes.
Baron Corbin, I would definitely put up there as some sort of, a wild card finals.
Wild card final.
Very wild, but still. Finn Balor, I don't think would be a sleeper. I think Finn Balor
would be a viable contender if he were to enter the Rumble.
If he were in.
That's a big if, though.
Big if, but also not. Surprises happen.
Yes.
And Seth Rollins.
Triple H is going to cost Seth Rollins his chance to win the match, so I don't think he's a viable sleeper.
But at the last minute, they could say no, and they put Rollins in it. Maybe Triple H screws Rollins out of his shot. Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Who else? Who else is a sleeper? Sleeper pick.
Sleeper picks. Is it confirmed the Rumble match the last match of the show?
Generally is, yeah. So by the time the Rumble match hits, I think we'll have a pretty good idea.
Kevin Owens.
You think Kevin Owens is going to insert himself in the Rumble?
After losing the Universal title.
That'd be cool.
See something like that happen.
That'd be neat.
That'd be really neat.
I don't know if it's ever happened before.
I don't know, but I'd pop for it.
Oh, I would too.
I'd pop big for it. I'm telling you.
I still think Jericho has a chance. Small chance.
Jericho's got a title. What's he going? He's not going to Rumble for anything.
He's in the Rumble already.
He's got a title. He's going to be defending
his
belt.
He can have a better title.
A better title than the U.S. title?
A second title. Both titles.
Second title. Okay,
well, I mean,
but not a better title.
Theory, the Universal title is supposed to be more prestigious.
Well, that's what they say. That's what it's supposed to be, but it's not. We both know it's not. So a second title. All right.
Mr. Ratings, Adam Mayhem. What do y'all think is
big time showing in the Fun Rumble?
Yeah, check it out.
Big showing.
Yeah,
from Adam Mayhem.
What do y'all think is the best WWE storyline to never happen? For him is while the new Wyatt family is still a thing, Bray winning the WWE Championship and Orton winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. I talked about this on our predictions episode of Dirt Sheet. I thought that'd be a great storyline.
That could still happen.
It could.
Probably
the way
won't.
Things are going, it's not gonna happen.
Probably won't. Probably won't.
I thought that'd been a fantastic storyline.
Yeah. Rock Beckford. Sorry. So you have to recast the Avengers with 2 people from each roster. Mojo Rawley slot open to back up. What? Where was Mojo tonight on the show?
Not on it.
Who's the Hulk in the Avengers? Braun. Who's Captain America? Cena. Who's Hawkeye? Seth Rollins. Who's Black Widow?
Becky Lynch.
There you go. Who's Ant-Man? Comedic. Mojo Rawley.
Who's
Vision? Your favorite Vision.
Oh, yeah, Vision's the best.
He's a robot. Who's a robot man?
Cena.
Okay. The patron formerly known as Danny Lloyd. So what are the odds that La Luchadora is actually Daniel Bryan trying to get a few matches in because he won't get cleared? That's good.
That's funny.
I like that. Chances are good. They're good.
Yes, very good. Tommy T. His question is... Sorry, his question to you today may sound weird, but do you think the fact that WWE superstars are sharks like they used to be is hurting the product? Because the way I see it is that the Attitude Era, the reason everyone's trying so hard and was so intense was because they had 2 forms of competition, WCW and each other. But current WWE superstars seem to be lacking because of the lack of competition. So today, the fact, because it was Triple H was he on the Stone Cold podcast talking about how a lot of the guys back then were sharks? They're super ambitious.
Yeah, he said that a couple times. So like in his own documentary.
Yeah. And Vince on Stone Cold's podcast
brass ring.
Made a point of the fact that a lot of talents these days weren't trying to get the brass ring. So We don't know for a fact. There's not as many politics backstage as there used to be. Could be. I doubt it. It seems like the younger talents kind of all work together in the indies through the years, are all friendly with each other for the most part.
I think they all want to get each other over.
Yeah.
I think they do. I think that's, and I mean, I have no idea what's better or worse. It's going to be interesting the next couple of years because I also think like just the way they present it on Breaking Ground, for example, and whenever we do see sort of a snapshot of what happens backstage, I wonder, I have no idea if this is true or not. It would be interesting to ask somebody like Chris Jericho this. Backstage, what's the biggest difference? I wonder if things feel more corporate backstage. If the fact that, like you said, people have worked with each other through the years, they're cool with each other, they're good with each other. I was watching Alberto Del Rio's shoot interview that just dropped like a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago or something. And they were talking about backstage, and he was like, no, everybody really got along backstage. Like, there wasn't really any big beefs or anything. And we've heard of, like, okay, so, for example, when Roman Reigns got popped for the wellness violation, Seth Rollins, like, broke character in an interview and said, no, he's a total locker room leader and blah, blah, blah. So everybody, they all seem to have each other's backs. They all just seem to have, like, normal heads on their shoulders.
Yeah.
It feels that way.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of makes it the difference. There's not a bunch of insecurities and people worried about their jobs and wanting to
You can still all get along and have friendly competition.
Right, exactly. I mean, I'm sure everybody wants
to be the top guy.
They all want to outperform each other. They all want to steal the show.
Yeah.
And it's all like healthy competition. That's what it feels like when you listen to these guys talk. Like guys like Xavier Woods just seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. You see him on Up, Up, Down, Down, and there seems to be this real sense of camaraderie.
Yes.
And that's a stark but also, like, what he's saying is I wonder if when they're bringing people in, instead of being used to a certain way like back then when, like, in the territories and then you go through WCW and everything just seems like sort of every man for himself. These days, it's like they're bringing them in. They're going through classes together. They're going through developmental to prepare for the style of the WWE. Everything just seems so much more controlled, I think, now than it seemed to have been back then.
Yeah.
That's just me speculating from the outside looking in. I don't know if it's that way at all, but that would seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Intercontinental champ Jefferson Nakamura. Can the Meatloaf Championship be the new Steve W or Fun Wrestling IC belt equivalent? You know what? I'm going to do this. This Friday at youtube.com/MFSteve here.
This is a chock full episode.
On Steve W Up All Night.
Yeah.
Homeless Joe versus Dirty in a backstage brawl for the new Meatloaf Championship.
Let me ask you something.
I can't think of a better belt for these guys to fight over.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Since I came up with the Up All Night moniker, since I suggested, I want a piece of your proceeds.
Okay.
For Up All Night.
Okay, I'm fine with that if you join me in the show.
Can I sit back here in the background?
No, I need you to be there on the sticks with me. If you do that, then yes, absolutely.
All right, I'll consider it.
Absolutely. This Thursday we get together. Let's do an episode.
I'll consider it.
You can be Dirty. I'll be Homeless Joe. I would love that. I don't just want to be sitting there by myself looking like an idiot or bringing in stupid Hilton. I love Hilton. All right, moving on.
Stardew Valley champion Adam Fella. We have seen Dolph be Colonel Sanders.
You just have so much damn fun playing this fucking game. That's why you want in on the action.
But what superstar would make for a good Ronald McDonald or the Burger King?
We have seen Dolph be the Colonel.
Imagine if Braun Strowman was a Burger King. I think that'd be great.
Who would make for a good Ronald? Mojo Raw. Could you imagine Mojo? Like, I know we use him for every answer because he works every time, but just seeing Mojo in a clown outfit would be amazing.
It would be.
That'd be fantastic. What a great question that was. Bookmark that one. Rad Sandwich. Does John Cena's current gear make him look like a walking Pabst Blue Ribbon can?
Well, actually, when that merch was debuted, Pabst put out a tweet, said something like, what's the exact verbiage they used? But they made it clear they were not happy with.
Well, they had to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember
they changed it, and then they kind of changed it back to something that looked more like the Blue Ribbon can.
Oh, did they? Okay. Because I know it was like exactly the PBR
Yeah,
can.
PBR said.
And then they changed it, but then they changed it from that
to something that more closely
to
resembles
something a little bit further.
So they must, reach some agreement with PBR about using
Interesting.
the similar design.
Or WWE just straight went to the lawyers and said, "What can we get away with? We changed it to this. What can we get away with?"
Could be.
Yeah.
Hamza Hilal. What do you think the WWE has to do so their Intercontinental title is as big or important as the IWGP Intercontinental title, so it doesn't feel like a step down for a wrestler? They're pretty close to getting there now, if they're not there yet.
I think they are. Miz really, really, really
elevated that belt.
In kind of the same manner that Roman elevated the United States title.
I think Rusev gets
a huge amount of credit. You're right.
For bringing the U.S. title.
And
circumstance, too, because when there wasn't the Universal title on Raw yet, the U.S. title was a top belt and got a lot of main event pushes.
But it's also interesting to me. I don't know from the fans' perspective in New Japan how the Intercontinental Championship is perceived.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really a step down? I simply don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Austin Luff, hard nips, yay or nay?
Yay. What do you mean? Are you saying nay?
Nay.
Okay, well, at least that's a solid answer.
You know my stance on the other question.
Pre-cum. Yeah, it's a simple question.
You know my position.
Yay or nay?
You know my position.
Okay, well, you're not answering the question.
Spot Fest, Stephen Marr. Spinning off your question from yesterday about occupational names, what if a new manager debut named The Analyst? I could see Vince sitting there saying,
"Yeah, I like it because it has anal in it." Sometimes I like to go to Mellow Vince.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because it has anal in it. He would probably put on the analyst. He'd probably put the analyst on Alicia Fack. Nate Morris. Is SmackDown giving away too many matchups that could be used for a pay-per-view? They don't have a choice, Nate Morris. They have to.
Yep.
They have no people over there. Their roster is too depleted.
Robert Hay.
Hey.
Who are your favorite ever surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble?
Jake the Snake Roberts was such a feel-good entrant.
Yeah.
Whenever that happened 2 years ago.
Did it happen?
It happened like 2 years ago.
Oh, did it? I don't remember that.
I think. Maybe he just wanted to do it, and I was like, oh, that'd be a good idea. DDP. He was a surprise entrant.
Yeah, that was great.
In the last couple of years. 2014.
Well, this is reportedly confirmed. I don't think that was actually confirmed.
Really? Did that actually happen? God damn it. I swear to God it happened. 2014 Royal Rumble. Let's see the participants there. Entrances and eliminations. Well, it didn't happen in 2014.
I don't know if it happened, man.
I don't think that ever happened.
I think you imagined that. It was cool that one year where Nash came back as Diesel for the Royal Rumble.
Yes, that was cool.
That was cool.
Man, Jake Roberts. Oh, he just came out that one time when Punk had to tell him that it was a PG show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking
Dean
of.
Ambrose couldn't contain his smile when he had the snake all over him.
It's PG show, Jake. That's what I'm thinking of. That shit was so funny.
Punk. That's hilarious.
Najee
Poles, do you think AJ and Cena's feud has felt like the most natural and fluid feud of the WWE calendar year? It has delivered on every single promo and match.
Sure.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, their feud's been pretty good.
Yeah. Sasha Charlotte, my favorite feud of the year.
Yes.
Calendar year. Motor City champion Gene the Grappler, Channel 3 Productions. If American Alpha were to disband, which one would have a better chance of winning the IC title? If they were to disband today.
I would say Gable. They've been giving Gable a lot of time, like in matches specifically.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He's been carrying a lot of matches.
You're right. I agree with that. More ready for prime time. Friendo Block Party World Champion Liam Wagner. Hey, friendos.
I feel like this whole show is slowing down.
What gimmick or move from a past superstar would you like to see used by a current superstar? For example, how Cesaro does. Okay, so an old move or gimmick that you'd want to see.
I want to see Jack Gallagher do a Kevin Nash style powerbomb, the gentleman jackknife powerbomb.
Okay, how about this? Jack Swagger does a Kevin Nash-esque powerbomb called the Union Jackknife Powerbomb. I like both those. Both are good.
I think mine's better because I thought of it first.
All right, good job.
Robert Draftmaster Chacon. How long do you think they're going to keep the Ellsworth thing going? What other wrestler do you think the end game to this is?
I don't know. I don't. Him and Carmela eventually. I mean, you think about it. She's eventually going to swerve the shit out of him somehow.
Ooh, yes.
I don't know how that's going to work, but he's
Nor
not.
do I.
He's not going to. I don't think he's going to have sex with her.
No.
You think he's going to get a lick in?
No.
Yeah, why? And you're tuned into Going In Raw. How you doing? Larson gets a kick out of Enzo's lizard tongue in the intro. It's like V. Remember V? That was your favorite one. Yeah, V was great.
I love V growing up.
Let's see here. The Greasy Strangler. Very scary. In case you were wondering, his name is a reference to the movie The Greasy Strangler.
Did you scroll?
Oh, it's a Tim and Eric.
Did you scroll quite a ways?
No. Well, maybe. No. I'm unpopular. Are you
I am
unpopular?
too. As am I. I too am unpopular.
Maybe I'm newer.
That could be. You must have refreshed.
Maybe. His question is this. With the Ambrose Asylum living another day, what other superstar in either Raw or SmackDown would thrive in a talk show segment? He likes Heath Slater. I don't know. Heath Slater's okay. Give him something to do. Who would you want to see in a talk show situation? I want to see Baron Corbin. That'd be great.
Hey, man.
So, tell me and all of them.
Oh, Bobby Roode.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Rude thoughts.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I like that a lot. Let's see here. That looks too long. I like this one. It's short. Joshua the Dynamic Knight Martinez. Why is it that wrestlers need to be protected? In New Japan, anybody can get pinned. In the WWE, it took 2 people and an attack by Braun to get Roman Reigns pinned.
That's a good point.
It's not a bad point.
It's a very good point.
I don't know that in New Japan anybody can get pinned. I don't know that's true. I don't know. Is that true? I don't know.
I'm just trying to think about Wrestle Kingdom. I don't think there's any matches there
Dude,
that had a
how many
protected finish.
How many? I know. Well, no, you're right. Because like every
belt was on the line.
Every belt.
Most of them changed hands.
Tanahashi's like their Cena, and he's been losing left and right lately.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. Why are there protected wrestlers? So they can sell more merch? I don't know. Because they're not as ballsy these days as they used to be.
No, not at all.
Oh, I like this question here. This is a good one. Hidden Paper Face. Who do you think in 2K18 they will add a gentleman's duel? And if they do, what weapons would you like to be usable in it? Well, everything that was already there.
Yeah.
Plus Dean Ambrose's plant that had broken. Mitch. Yeah, Mitch.
You want Mitch in whole or pieces of Mitch?
Well, in whole, and then it breaks over the person's head. You can only use it once.
The Geratron 6500, or whatever the latest model is.
I would want to use Ellsworth as a weapon.
That's a good idea.
Like you pick him up and you use him as a weapon.
Good idea.
That would be good. Thank you for your questions, everybody.
Thank you very much. Trivia time.
All right. Oh, I like this question though. While I'm shuffling these questions, John Herkop says, "I got back from UFC 207." And got me thinking, what current roster members would you like to see compete in UFC that haven't already done it? I don't know who's already done it.
Well, we know Lesnar has.
Oh, duh. Ha! Yeah, what an idiot.
Asuka.
Oh, yeah, Asuka's good. I like...
Shinsuke hasn't been in UFC, but he did some MMA.
He did MMA, yeah. Alberto Del Rio did MMA.
Mm-hmm. But he's not on the current roster.
I wonder how somebody like Samoa Joe would do.
Yeah.
Or if he just get murdered. Like, how would he do against, like, Roy Nelson? I mean, Roy Nelson's good, but...
Yeah.
I don't know, in, like, some lower-level MMA thing.
I think Samoa Joe has some martial arts training. This is a mess.
I feel like you were throwing shade at me right there.
Yeah.
You said this is a mess.
This is a mess. Who else would we be talking to?
Rude.
That's what happens when we've been working for 10-plus hours.
I know, right?
Talking the entire time. All right. Cards are separated.
I don't care about that. I just want a trivia card.
Well,
Just give me a
trivia
card.
Trivia cards when the cards are separated.
What's the problem here? We should be already doing this right now.
See if you've had that one before.
You can't read my face. I'm going to do this. Oh, cool. No, I don't remember this one.
We've had that one.
You're not going to do well on this, my friend. I'm sorry.
Had that one. Not going to do well? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Had that one. That's like the last one we haven't had.
I'm going to guess that you're going to get... I'm going to guess that you're going to get 3 on this. That's my guess.
All right. I don't think we've had this one.
Okay.
This is pretty easy.
Well, I'll let you know for real.
You're going to do well.
Okay.
Go first.
What is the title of William Regal's autobiography? I know it's a tough one.
Grappler.
Walking a Golden Mile.
Never would have thought that.
By William Regal.
Name the 3 WrestleManias at which Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and The Rock battled.
Oh, 15, 17, 19.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get a few of these.
Hornswoggle has a tattoo of which beloved Muppet on his ankle?
Animal.
Very good. Good job. That was a guess.
Yeah.
That was good.
Former WWE diva Joy Giovanni was the valet of which superstar?
Oh, shit. I feel like I've had this question before. Goldust?
Well.
Oh, yeah, Big Show. Okay.
Whoops.
What was the first question? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, never mind.
Stone Cold one.
I don't remember that question, so I couldn't have had this card. The IC title was... Oh, true or false? The IC title was once held by 2 people at the same time.
Oh, true.
Yes. Who were those people?
Eddie Guerrero in China. Sorry, Chris Jericho in China.
Very good.
Which manager led Shawn Michaels to his first WWF championship?
Oh, Sherry Martel.
Nope.
Sensational Sherry.
Jose Lothario. First WWE championship.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. That's fine. That's stupid. What famed horror filmmaker directed Roddy Piper in They Live?
John Carpenter.
Very good.
True or false? Brian Adams and Brian Clark formed a tag team in 2001 known as Chronic.
True. Chronic.
Yes, correct.
What is the combined total number of world title reigns of Ric Flair and Triple H? Take your time.
29.
How'd you get that? That was quick.
16 plus 13.
Oh, you knew Triple H off the bat?
He had this last one was his 14th.
Oh, well
so that was right?
Yeah. You're good.
I get cards. I win this round.
Yeah.
Which of these...
Hopefully you only get one.
This is great. You might know this, and this is a great question. Which of these shows has never run directly after Raw? Tech War, the William Shatner, the show based on William Shatner's books. Silk Stockings.
Silk Stockings.
Remember Silk Stockings?
Of course I do.
Duckman, La Femme Nikita, or The Starter Wife. Which one of those has never run directly after Raw? Boy, that's a tough one.
Well, it's Duckman.
The Starter Wife.
I have no idea what the fuck the Starter Wife is.
I have no idea what the Duckman or Duckman was either. I remember Pacific Blue.
You get 2 cards.
Booyah!
I remember Pacific Blue, yeah. And people, the WWF stars used to guest star on that all the time.
I remember Silk Stockings. I didn't remember it following Raw. I remember that.
I know. I thought Silk Stockings was like an adult show. I didn't.
Well, I mean, when Raw was over, it was 10 o'clock.
Well, yeah, I know, but still, I thought it was like a midnight show.
Escape Power Move.
Like you need some Pacific Blue in between Raw and Silk Stockings.
Yeah, it seems like that's the case.
Escape Power Move.
Clean win. That's what today was. Clean win.
Well, I still have 3. I'm still holding on tight to Escape Foreign Object. Ric Flair's Call Out. You fire me, you can't fire me.
Fire me, you can't fire me. Fire me, you already fired me.
And non-title match.
None of that is better than clean win.
I don't know, man. Ric Flair is fire me, you can't fire me. And he's purple, too.
Clean win.
Look at how he literally looks dead here. Look at how purple he is.
I know. His face is the same color as his shirt. I know.
Fire me. You already fired me. Anyway.
His shirt's purple. I should specify that.
Well done. Give me 2 sweet for your victory. For
Not
your
gonna happen.
2 cards, 2 sweet?
No.
No? Not even when I do the AJ Styles version like this? I'm telling you, I bet you make some mean meatloaf. I'm going to ask him that next time.
I won't argue with you.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for now. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.